Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you guys are new here, this is Sister. My name is Lorraine.
My name is Mihret.
And today we are doing a video called Odd One Out by Jesy Nelson. It's her documentary. I'm sure you guys know if you're watching this. Jesy recently came out this week and said that she's leaving Little Mix. I remember I was seeing some rumors here and there, but some people left some comments in our sections that she may not come back. We could not obviously confirm, and then now she did announce that she's leaving Little Mix, which is so heartbreaking. I feel so bad for her and for the other three girls.
Yes.
But we read her statement online, and basically she was saying she had to leave Little Mix for her own mental health. And we thought that this would be a greater representation to try to get a better understanding as to why she needs to leave Little Mix and why this wasn't just like a solo career choice or something. This was really more for her actual safety, for her own personal health. So we're like, why not do this reaction, get to know Jesy a little bit better, and get to know what she was going through. And I promise you, as we watched it, we completely understood. Completely. Yes. Before we even get into the Odd One Out situation, please make sure, before we even start, to subscribe, and hit that bell, because we are going to continue doing Little Mix reactions, whether it's going to be old ones or new ones, because we love those girls. And I know you guys love them, and you guys love our reactions, and we love our growing community. So please come back and make sure you guys like and subscribe, okay? So let's really get into this documentary. Yes. Which overall, I was emotional and multiple times. Like, I had to stop myself from crying, because actually it was doing my makeup. I had to stop. I was like, tears, hold back. Because
had tissues near me, just
like
dabbing my eyes, because it was just so emotional. So hard. Just seeing the life that she went through was difficult, and you could see why she made the decision that she did.
Completely. Like, it started off with her and the X Factor.
Yes.
And I think she said it was 2011, if I'm correct. I think she said it was 2011, and I think she was like, we won the X Factor. We know what the X Factor is, yes. the music talent show. She won the X Factor, and it was supposed to be the happiest day of her life, but she felt the absolute most miserable. And I just couldn't imagine, because it's like, when she was saying she was a kid, and she was like, I believe I can win the X Factor. Mm-hmm. I could really do it. And to finally get that dream, and not only to do it by yourself, but to meet three other females who you really bonded with, who you feel are your best friends, but to feel so miserable, and that one of the happiest moments should be like literally a highlight of your life, but to feel so much misery, like, it broke my heart.
Yes.
The night we won X Factor, I think I had about 101 inbox messages on my Facebook, and the first one that come up was from some random man, and he was like, you are the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. How on earth were you ever put in this girl band? You deserve to die. How have I just won the X Factor, and all I want to do is just go back to my normal life? And I just was like, there's nothing I can do about this now. I'm in it.
She mentioned she clicked, I think it was a Facebook message.
Oh my goodness.
And they were like, you're
ugly, like you're the fat one. I don't know how they put you into that girl group. And I was like,
and I'm just like,
who goes out of their way?
Like,
I understand everybody has moments where people have mean thoughts.
Yes.
But it's like, you should know better. First of all, mean thoughts should be taken away. You should automatically be like, stop, don't think that about a person. Secondly, to actually have the energy to go and type and be like, you are awful, you should never be a part of this group, you are ugly, you are fat. Like, who does that?
To me, it's like, it's not even the fact that, like, you could think someone sucks. You could think someone's ugly. You could think someone's fat. First of all, this girl was none of those.
None of those.
That's what pisses me off, because it's like, there is no correlation between what is being said about her and who she is as a person.
Not even single.
To go out of their way, and these are grown adults, okay? These are not little kids.
No, it was a grown-ass man, I think.
Yes. To say that, I'm just like, really? Really? How low do you have to be to attack someone else for their success? Like, people must like their work. People must, like, she won because of her talent.
Yeah.
She won because she has the potential and the stardom to win.
Yes.
And we saw her success.
Yes.
So to me, that was just...
It was so sad to make a lifelong dream and goal to be smushed like that.
Yeah.
just for some, like, for a lifelong dream and goal, it has so much emotional weight, and to just destroy that. And then I saw that she had lost weight after the X Factor. She came back, I believe, in 2013, and she performed at the X Factor, and she was like, I don't care if we do good, if we do bad. All I want people to say is that I look good.
We were going back on X Factor to perform our new single, and I didn't give a shit if the performance was going to be good. All I cared about was people seeing me and going, oh, she looks good, she's lost weight. Like, that's all I wanted people to say when they saw the performance. Get you back off the wall. Don't you get comfortable. And then the next day, the first interview that we had, the lady come in and she said, have you seen what's been said about you online, Jesy? Katie Hopkins just basically called you fat. I could be the skinniest girl in the world, and this is never going to go away.
And then that one, Katie Hopkins came out, and she wrote this, I don't know if I remember what she wrote, but she wrote something really awful and really offensive about her. And then she became depressed. This is never, sorry, I just remember thinking, this is never gonna go. Like, I'm gonna constantly wake up and just feel sad for the rest of my life.
And I did not see the point of that tweet. Like there was no, like, I was like, like, it makes no sense.
Really?
It really makes no sense. Like, there was nothing to point out.
Nothing to point out.
And she made that decision to write stuff. And I was like, so you're pulling things out of thin air to make people feel insecure. What did you gain out of this?
Literally
experience?
Nothing. And I just don't understand. We really don't understand how people can go out of their way. Because even for us, to make somebody feel bad, to belittle someone or anything, like, it hurt. Like, to hurt somebody hurts me.
Yes.
I cannot fathom the idea of hurting somebody in that way. Even if I felt some kind of way about somebody, I'm not gonna go and tell them. I'm not gonna tell them that, because I'm just like, that's my opinion. I'm not gonna. I don't want to see people in pain. I don't care how much you've wronged me.
No.
I don't want to see you in pain. And
if you have nothing good to say,
again,
don't say it at all.
At all.
Keep that in mind. Like, there's nothing I could. If I told someone, "Oh, you're fat," what did that bring me?
What did you gain?
What did I gain?
Nothing. And I felt so bad for her, because she got into such a state of depression that she couldn't go places.
Yes.
Like, the other 3 girls would go do their own, to go and do whatever they needed to do at Little Mix, and she would have to, like, stay home. She couldn't get out of bed. It was just so hard on her. And to be in such a depression is such a huge mental issue. People suffer from it all around the world. Millions of people all the time.
Yes.
Some diagnosed, some not even diagnosed. And for her to be in such a state of depression that she can't even get out of bed to go do her job, it isn't just like a job that people just do regular day. This is a job where people are going to be seeing you. People expect you to be there.
People expect you to be happy.
Happy, exactly. And that is the thing. People expect you to be happy. And she couldn't even get out of bed to do that.
You know, it's surprising, because I knew when we watched Strip, like, there was a lot of issues that people labeled them as. Yeah. And for me, and it's not comparing, but seeing out of all the girls, she has, when I saw the video, she looks like the one that has the most confidence.
Yes.
She, like, and to see that being attacked because we saw, like, her being young and just carefree and confident, and to have people strip that away from her is very upsetting. Very upsetting. And then I got, oh my God, I got so aggravated when we watched the part of, she talked to somebody, I don't know, of her team or something or another, and they're like, you need to go on antidepressants because this can't happen anymore. And I was like, to be so careless, to not give, like, this is your artist. You should try all you can to make her happy and healthy. Yes. Because
it's like, antidepressants, okay, if she needs it, okay. But it's like, instead of being like, maybe she go see a therapist, maybe take some time off to try to figure stuff out, to really be concerned about her well-being and her mental health. And we know mental health is such a big issue.
Yes.
A lot of people have tried to kill themselves in horrible things. And to not even put that into the forefront, to not even be concerned enough to be like, maybe let's try to talk about it. Let's really try to help her out, because she's clearly very much struggling.
Because
like,
honestly, it's not, for her, it wasn't something that she was dealing with, like, personally. It was because of technically being in the group, but being in the public eye. Yes. So to me, if I was her management as my artist, I should be caring about her health.
Yes.
Right? So that means like, okay, what are the things that we need to do to make sure that these things are not happening? Right. Because they can't control what people say, but it's like, okay, how can we help you so you feel the best to do your job?
Yeah.
Not, you need to do your job regardless, so let's, like, that's not how you're supposed to treat it.
No.
And I feel like that person specifically was insensitive.
So insensitive.
And not even concerned about their artist. Like, at the end of the day, she is making you money.
Yes.
At the end of the day, these are the people that are actually running the company. Like, you're the behind scene, and they make you the business that you are.
Yes.
So you should be caring about their health in general. So that was just insensitive, completely out of line.
Completely.
It is ridiculous.
And it just shows how sad the music industry and entertainment industry is, because I know a lot of people want to either get famous or be artists and musicians and influencers and things like that, but it's such a dangerous field that can really lead to the point of drugs and suicide and alcohol and things that will really destroy your heart, your spirit, and everything if you let it. And not even just if you let it, like, people will actively do all they can to put you down.
Kill yourself.
To literally kill yourself. And I cannot fathom the idea of telling somebody to go and kill themselves. Like, nobody, I would
like,
not. Nobody deserves to die. Like,
I could hate you,
I
but
could hate you.
say kill yourself.
It takes a level of hate and darkness in your heart, and I cannot understand it, and I felt for her.
Yes.
Yes.
And for me, not only for herself, but seeing the people around her, like her mother, like she felt like she knew her little girl wanted to be a music star.
Yeah.
So seeing her success will make her happy, and seeing her perform. But even her mom said wanting her not to be in this group, like taking all of it back, even the X Factor and everything, because of how social media has turned her daughter into. And this is a really intricate level of ruining a family, ruining a person when you are throwing out hate words.
Yeah.
To the fact, almost killing herself and trying to commit suicide.
Yeah. And that suicide part, it broke my whole heart.
Yes.
Like, when she was like, she couldn't just take it anymore. And she took all those pills. And I felt so bad, her ex, and bless his sweetheart. Because and thank God that he woke up and he was like, she was crying. He was like, why are you crying? She's like, I don't want to do it anymore. I just wanted to, and I want the pain to stop. And he said that he was trying to make her throw up, and the ambulance arrived, thank God. And my heart just broke because she said that she lived close to her mother. She was like 3 minutes away. And I cannot imagine the pain of a mother knowing that you were so close to your child. And if Jesy had, God forbid, died, the pain her mother would feel knowing that she was so close. Like, I can't. Like, I wish people would understand the gravity that they do and what they can say. It's not just like some simple, like, little troll on the internet or something like that. Like, you are saying hurtful things to people. And it affects people. People read, like, nowadays especially, people read things that you say, the hurtful things that you said. Yeah. And I cannot imagine how hard it was for her mother. And her mother was so emotional, and I bet her ex was traumatized. Like, and it must have been so hard for her. And her bandmates, we saw the other three, they were so emotional and so crying, because it's like, imagine you wake up the next morning, you hear that your bandmate tried to kill herself.
And it's like, there's nothing you could do to actually stop the pain.
I wanted to just find every single person that had ever said anything horrible to her and just look them in the eye and say, like, look what you've done to this girl.
Like, you don't know what to do to help her.
No.
Because, like, other people are causing the hurt.
Yes. And they were distraught. Like, they were all crying, and they were like, there's something they can do. They can't protect her from the world.
Yeah.
They can't hide her away. They think that she's beautiful, and they know who she is. They know who she is in her heart, but they can't protect her from everything. They can't, like, prevent her from doing any of that. And even when they were, like, singing and in the booth or whatever, and then she was like, I'm not doing it right. I'm not doing it. Everyone was like, it's perfect, and she's like, no, it's not good enough. And they had to leave because she was like, I can't do it with, like, the pressure or whatever. And I felt for her and her bandmates, because it's like, it's hard to see, as she said, she wasn't thinking about the consequences of suicide to the point of thinking about others. Because often it's like you're thinking about yourself, you're thinking about your own pain, which of course makes sense.
Yeah.
But you're not thinking about the gravity of the situation and what after the event happens, how it affects your family, your mother, your friends, and leaving them behind, because they're going to be dealing with the pain forever. Like losing their child, losing their friend, losing their daughter. That's such a huge pain, a huge loss you're never going to be able to get over.
And allowing these people to win.
Yes.
Honestly, it's like when you have so much in your life, so much to accomplish, so much to do, so much happiness to get, and allowing these negative people to control your life and end your life where they are able to enjoy theirs, that is just heartbreaking.
And one thing that I loved was when it wasn't the documentary just about herself, it was about social media and bullying just in general.
Yeah.
And she brought in this horrible story, this family of this girl, Shan Waterhouse, who had killed herself.
Mm-hmm.
She was only, I think, 17. She was really, really young. Really, really, really young.
Yes.
And Jesy went to go to her house, talk to her parents. And that was, again, a representation of seeing the pain that can be caused after someone had killed themselves. Like their own daughter. Like the pain, as they say, a parent should never outlive their child.
Yeah.
And I cannot imagine the pain the parents felt of seeing their daughter in so much pain. And she was so beautiful.
So beautiful.
So beautiful. And she was bullied, just similar
Like,
to Jesy over her looks.
And it's like, no matter who you are, what I get from this is like, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, you're always going to be criticized for anything.
Anything that you do.
Okay? You're a little big, they're going to be like, oh, you're fat. You lose weight, you're too skinny. Like, no one's going to be happy with who you are.
Mm-mm.
And it's very important to see, like, to actually, like, people need to teach their kids. People need to teach their peers and, like, point out things that are wrong when bullying is happening, because words hurt. Like, people need to understand words hurt.
Yes.
And just because someone's pretty, you don't just automatically think, oh, they know that they're pretty, so it doesn't really matter what I say. No. Because that is just devastating. To see a parent lose their child, to see a young girl who could do so much more lose her life because of what people say.
It just broke my heart, and I love the fact that it's sad as it is, I'm glad that they added it in there, because I'm like, I want people who bully to see the ramifications that they're doing. I want you to see the pain that you are causing. Like that this is the consequence of you hurting somebody in that kind of way. Seeing these people lose their child. And when that father had that poem for his daughter, oh my God, like Jesy was emotional. I wanted to give him a hug as well. And I just can't imagine. And he was like, I'm glad you're at peace now. Even thinking about him, it gets me emotional, because I was just like, you could feel the pain of the parents and how hard it was for them to like lose their child. Like, could you even imagine? So that part, it got to me, and it just broke my heart.
Yeah, very emotional.
Very emotional.
And I like how, like we said, it's not just about her life story. She included the anti-bullying.
Yeah, the anti-bullying club and
just seeing how people are teaching kids to understand what bullying does and what it means, and how they need to prevent from doing it, and also stop others not being a bystander and just like letting it be. And to me, that was very important. And even we see with Jesy that she felt comfortable knowing that she's not the only one dealing with this situation. Because a lot of times you feel like, oh my God, everybody hates me. Oh my God, everybody thinks I'm like this. And it's like, why is the world against me? And you feel like you're the only one going through that issue. And it's like, you can't relate with someone else. You can't depend on someone else. You can't actually speak to someone else because they don't understand what you're going through. So seeing people who went through the same thing, trauma, which is what it is, the same trauma, and understanding and working towards so others won't feel the same situation, and others would understand what actually happens to when people are being bullied. That is a very important thing, and I'm glad she showcased that in this documentary.
I agree. I fully agree. I love the fact that it just showed, again, people are not alone, and even if you feel alone, trying to find people who are similar. Because I could see the comfort, Jesy, as you said, with people who also have been similarly bullied. Because I feel like in a way, I won't even assume, but with her bandmates, it's like, because she was being ridiculed so harshly, that even to a point her bandmates can only relate so much. And
Yeah.
it really shows the fact that like minds, you know, they gravitate towards one another because they've been through a horrible experience themselves. And it doesn't matter if you're famous, it doesn't matter if you are a non-celebrity or whoever you are.
Yeah.
People are constantly getting ridiculed and bullied and talking about so awfully. And I love that she had that kind of comfortable and safe space. I love that.
And I think
Mhm.
going forward with the social media specialist
Yeah.
and talking to her
Yeah.
and analyzing the things that she posts,
Yeah.
and even the fact that she was unable to see her old self.
That part was so tragic.
When I look back at old photos of me when I'm younger, like I didn't care about the way I looked, I didn't care what people thought of me. And then social media came into my life and I became a completely different person.
I think that's probably one of the most tragic moments in the entire thing because who you are, like I understand of growing from who you used to be,
Yes.
but at the end of the day, that is still a part of who you are. You are who you are now based off of your past decisions, based off of things that happened to you, whether you want to accept that or not.
Yeah.
And the fact that she couldn't love a part of herself, which was so confident and so happy, because people told her, like external factors told her to not love her past self. When her past self was so happy, so lively, so energetic, and it had so much passion.
Yeah.
And to think that any of that is wrong, when all I'm, describing here is positive adjectives,
Yes.
to make that seem like that was wrong
And
was so
even
sad.
the specialist mentioned, she was like, your past self got you to the point that you
Yeah.
are right now.
Yes.
And you need to be appreciative of that side of you.
Yes.
Like you need to wholeheartedly believe in yourself in every aspect of yourself.
Yeah.
People make mistakes, and I don't even consider her as a mistake or anything.
No.
It's just you have to accept who you are
Mm-hmm.
and the amount of dedication, the amount of work, especially for her, her past self has done to put her in the situation that she is today.
Yes.
So just showing her that to me was a powerful message.
So powerful.
Because she didn't even see it that way. She saw that her past stuff as like what people told her is just
Yeah.
like, ugh.
Yeah.
Didn't even want to see her. But at the end of the day, it's like it's one of the most beautiful part of her.
Yeah. And her boyfriend, her and her boyfriend were really, really damn cute.
Yes.
And he was like, she won't show her natural hair, or she would like do her makeup and then come into bed, and then she would say that she would feel uncomfortable about when a guy that she would date should have so much anxiety that they would look up things about her and see her past self, and she's like, she would dread that. And I'm like, no, like you were gorgeous then, you're gorgeous now. Like the only difference now is age. You just gotten older.
Yeah.
And I felt for her so much, and you can see the fact that she was still struggling. And as they said, it's like this is something that you battle with every single day. Like it's just not gonna leave you. It's not gonna be like, I'm confident now and I'm good and I'm about to leave. And as you can see with her leaving Little Mix, she was like, this documentary, I don't know when it came out, but I think it's been like a year or so, or it came out like back in the day or a few years ago, or a couple years ago. But you can see the fact that she thankfully prioritized her own mental health and her own like being itself, because these trolls and the words that you say are basically a part of you forever. Like that's still gonna be a trauma that you're gonna be holding forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that she I'm so proud of her for putting herself first, because that could have not been easy.
I think it was just, to me, I saw it as a perfect timing because I know,
Yeah.
I think she's been with Little Mix for 9 years.
Yeah, which is a long time for a girl group.
Honestly, I felt like she probably wanted to leave like way before
Probably.
this time point, considering how things were and
Yeah.
how low things got for her.
Yeah.
So I know there was a pressure in leaving, and like you said, I am happy that she made the choice and put herself first.
Mm-hmm.
Because yes, it's sad to see such a nice group, such a solid group. Like you guys heard us talk about how vocally
Yes.
they sound so good together.
Yeah.
Visually they look good together. And so it is a tough decision for her as a group and as an individual, and to pick herself, because it's like she worked hard to be here. She wanted to be, I could tell she wants to be part of it.
Yes.
And the reason that she's being pushed out is because of people.
Yes.
And I remember with the antidepressant, she said why do I have to take antidepressant when other people are causing me to have these feelings?
Yeah.
And that's what I see right now. Other people have pushed her out of a group that she wants to be in. Like, this is the goal she had as a little girl, and that old Jesy made sure to be in this group, to be in the spotlight, and to have this talent, to showcase her talent like that. And people have pushed her out. It's absolutely ridiculous. But I'm still happy that she chose herself and heal herself to go back to who she is. Yeah. And to me, that it takes a lot of courage to make that decision.
So much courage, so much strength.
Yes.
And like, I respect, like, watching this documentary, of course it made us emotional, but it only, like, even before we watched the documentary, because we read the statement before we watched the documentary. Yeah. And just reading that, we understood, like, we got it. She was like, I need to put myself first. Like, being in Little Mix for the past 9 years has been straining, and we understood. And watching this documentary only highlighted the fact that she needed this. Like, it was necessary. And I'm glad she did, because I do not want her to have another suicide attempt. People are leaving this earth every day based off of things like this, based off of not feeling happy enough, based off of not feeling settled in their lives, and so many other things. And I did not want it to be her. And I'm glad that she took her life by the horns, the bulls. I'm glad she took her life and put it into control, and she was like, nah, like, this is not it for me. Like, I cannot do this any longer. And I'm sure that she felt pressure, whether her bandmates meant to or not. Yeah. Like, from her girls, because it's like, you're in this together, and like, you feel like you're disappointing them and letting them down. But I'm sure that those girls are like, we are here for you. We love you. You're our sister. Like, regardless, we want you to be happy. We'd rather have you than not have you at all. Yeah. And I respect it. I respect the love that they have for one another. I respect what Jesy's been through. I feel so incredibly awful for what's happened to her. And, you know, we give her so much love. Yes. We hope that she's doing okay, and then she can really just focus on herself and come back stronger. And whether it's going to be with Little Mix or by herself or whatever she decides to do, I hope that she's just happy, that she's loving herself, that she respects herself, that she recognizes, you know, how special she is and who she is. Yes. Because she, from just what we've seen, is a beautiful, wonderful, kind woman, and she deserves the whole ass world. Yes. Okay. So we look forward to seeing, you know, just her own stuff and Little Mix as well. We look forward to seeing more Little Mix stuff, even if it's just the other three girls. They're still very talented, clearly, and we would love to see more things about them.
Agreed.
Yes.
And before we go finish this video, we just want to say that you guys need to make sure what you post online is actually what you want to say. Yes. And it's not hurtful to others, because I remember in the Becoming, Michelle Obama said something, it's not the exact quote, but it's everybody in this world is carrying some sort of history that it's unknown. We don't know the trauma people are carrying. We don't know the history people are carrying. So when we point out things that has no necessity in saying, we don't know what type of hurt we're actually putting into the world. Yeah. So be mindful what you post on social media. Be mindful what you say about people, and empathize with others.
Please do so.
Because that is a very important, as humans, our emotions is what makes us human. Yes. So use them. Yes. Okay, use your emotions to see, like, this is not right. I should not be saying things to people that is hurtful.
Right. And also make sure that if you are somebody who's struggling, whether it's with bullying or feeling down about yourself or going through depression, please, please, please know that suicide is not the answer. You are not alone. There are people out here in this world who want to be there for you, who want to see you succeed. I know that it may seem like you are alone and that the whole world is dark and there is nobody on your side, but I promise you, people in this world love you. People are there for you. Just reach out to somebody, even if it's a stranger. There are hotlines that you can call, people who will be there for you. And even when you think your family doesn't want to hear, or your friends, talk to them. Please talk to them, because that's what they're there for. Your family, your friends are there to love you and support you. Please reach out to somebody. Please do not think that ending it is the final answer, because it is not. There are so many resources out there. People who are there to love you and appreciate you, and you are wonderful. You are whole. You are incredible. Don't let anybody else tell you that you are anything lesser than what you are. You are a whole being, and you are loved, and you are cherished, and you are important, and you are perfect just as you are. Yes. So please do not forget that. Okay, guys? So before we end, of course, I want to say, make sure you guys like and subscribe and comment down below. Please let us know what you guys thought of this reaction, or I guess this review.
Yeah.
What you guys thought about this documentary, and just, you know, this is a safe place. We are here for you guys, and we love you, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.